Red Film Radio. This is Chiara Nicoletti from the 78th Cannes Film Festival. I'm with Mia Threapleton, Riz Ahmed, Richest, Ayoade, actors in The Phoenician Scheme by Wes Anderson, screening in competition. I was to enter Wes Anderson world, and in Richard's case, to finally enter it. And had you imagined what happened? Was there a myth or a legend that you confirmed or maybe rejected?
Well, I'd known Wes for quite a while because through a series of strange events, Ben Stiller was the executive producer of the film I directed, and he had Wes introduce the film in New York. So I'd known him for a long time, just talking and emailing back and forth. So it confirmed my extremely high opinion of him. That's what being on one of his sets was like.
I didn't have any expectations because I just did not know what to expect. I knew I was incredibly excited, and I knew I felt like I was walking in a dream, and I still feel that way. But it was wonderful. And if I did have any expectations, they were completely surpassed. In an infinite time over, they were just shot out of the stratosphere.
Yeah, you know, from the outside, I didn't know Wes at all. And from the outside, looking at his films, because they're so particular and so specific, and there's such a sense of vision and authored kind of feeling to all of them, I guess I probably would have imagined him to be quite, from the outside, maybe like uptight or like extremely controlling, and it's totally the opposite.
Completely
I think
opposite.
it's these films are so shot through with the particular point of view that he has, more from a sense of kind of obsessive playfulness, rather than a kind of like controlling or kind of rigidity or anything like that. You get a sense when you're on set with him that he's just, you've said this before, Richard, he just really cares. He cares about every character, he cares about every line, every scene, every detail, but he doesn't care in a kind of stressy way, if that makes sense. You know, director can sometimes be very stressed out and this isn't right, and that it's more kind of like a almost, I'd say, like a childlike playfulness.
Yeah, it's joyful. It's
that he's just
joyful.
enamored with it all, and
It's really, really joyful.
Michael Cera said that he thinks he chooses actors that they really like, they are really happy to be there and do that. You know, it might be like something taken for granted, but maybe it's not. So
No, I don't think it is. It's actually almost, it's 100% true. Every single one of us really wanted to be there and really, really loved going to work. I would cycle into work on my days off and just wave, and Wes would say, "Oh, there's a plant pot over there. Hide behind that one today," or like, "There's a table. Go hide under that table." It's the whole thing is just impossible not to have fun while you're there, and
Mia, could we say that this is a story about a father and daughter that actually learn and become father and daughter?
Yeah, I think that is an accurate way of sort of describing it. When we meet them, they haven't seen each other in 6 years. They don't have a relationship. And throughout the course of the story, we see them grow and develop as individuals, but we also see them grow and develop together as a father and a daughter. And the examination of that relationship between a parent and a child, father and a daughter, mother and a father, mother and a father, just like family dynamics as well, is incredibly complicated, and it's very nuanced. And the way in which Wes managed to do that and was able to convey that through this story was extremely sensitively done and very well paced, and it was extremely enjoyable to get to do that with Benicio, and we really did have a wonderful time doing it, and getting to unpack our characters together was really, really fun.
In his press notes about the film and its character, Wes Anderson often mentioned actors and directors from the past, from Anthony Quinn for Del Toro's role to Buñuel. So I wanted to know from you if you felt this antique feeling in his films, and if you approach your role as you were shooting a film in an old era of Hollywood.
Well, there's definitely, it's got that period feel in the costumes, like Milena and that whole team are so unbelievably
She's wonderful.
unique, their approach, and Wes is so particular as well to how he visualizes every character down to their hair, their costume, the way they walk, the way they talk, everything. So I think that it was, at least for me, it was a lot of fun getting into those kinds of costumes, that they have a very particular cut and the material, everything felt so handmade, and people are rocking some cool haircuts. I kept the mustache after this. I very much enjoyed the mustache, so there was some of that kind of sense. But yeah, the set design and everything is so particular and specific as well. You feel like, not that, we're doing, and at least for me, that we're stepping into another era of filmmaking, but just that we're stepping into another era. That you just feel that you are in that time, even though things can feel heightened and visually very kind of, there's a certain aesthetic, it still feels very authentic.
I agree.
Very
well put.
Very well articulated.
Grazie. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we've been talking to Mia Threapleton, Riz Ahmed, Richard Ayoade for The Phoenician Scheme by Wes Anderson, screening in competition at the 78th Cannes Film Festival. And this is Chiara Nicoletti for Fred, the Festival Insider.